If you've tried budgeting before and eventually gave up, the problem almost certainly wasn't discipline. It was the system. Most budgeting methods ask you to track every purchase, maintain 20 or 30 spending categories, and review everything weekly. That works for about 2 weeks before real life takes over. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 budgeting systems that actually stick, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how to set each one up step by step. No complicated spreadsheets, no logging every coffee. By the end of this video, you'll have a working approach you can put in place today. Let's get into it. Before we get to the systems, a quick word on why traditional budgets fail. Because it shapes everything that follows. The standard approach asks too much. Too many categories, too much manual tracking, too much willpower required every single day. And it doesn't account for irregular expenses. Your car registration, annual insurance premiums, holiday spending. These aren't monthly, but they're completely predictable. Most budgets pretend they don't exist, and then when they hit, the whole system breaks down. The systems I'm about to show you solve all of that. They reduce the number of decisions you have to make, automate what can be automated, and build in a way to handle those irregular expenses before they catch you off guard. Let's start with the most powerful one. The first system is called Pay Yourself First. The concept is simple. The moment your paycheck arrives, a set amount moves automatically into savings or investments before you pay bills, buy groceries, or spend a single dollar on anything else. You live on what remains. Here's exactly how to set it up. If you have a 401k through your employer, log into your HR or benefits portal. Most companies use platforms like Fidelity, Vanguard, ADP, or Empower. Find the contribution rate setting and increase it. If you're currently contributing 3%, move it to 5%. If you're not contributing at all, start at whatever your employer will match and work up from there. The money comes out of your paycheck before it ever hits your bank account, so you never see it and you're never tempted to spend it. For savings beyond your 401k, set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to a separate high-yield savings account. Schedule it for the same day your paycheck is deposited, or the day after. Log into your bank, go to Transfers, and set up a recurring transfer for a fixed dollar amount on your payday. Even $200 or $300 a month adds up significantly over time. The key detail that makes this work: the transfer has to be automatic. The moment saving becomes a manual decision you make at the end of the month. With whatever's left, it stops happening consistently. Remove the decision entirely. Set it and forget it. Once it's running, your only job each month is to manage what's left in your checking account. And that becomes much simpler because the important thing has already happened. The second system gives you a simple structure for everything that flows through your checking account after Pay Yourself First has done its job. The 50-30-20 framework divides your take-home pay into 3 buckets: 50% to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and debt payoff. Here's how to actually implement it. Step 1. Find your monthly take-home pay. This is your paycheck after taxes and any retirement contributions you've already set up. If your income varies, use a conservative monthly average based on the last 3 to 6 months. Step 2. Calculate your 3 numbers. Multiply your take-home by 0.50, 0.30, and 0.20. Those are your monthly targets for each bucket. Step 3. Define what goes in each bucket. Your needs bucket covers housing, mortgage or rent, utilities, homeowners or renters insurance. Transportation, car payment, gas, insurance, public transit. Groceries, health insurance and prescriptions. Minimum payments on any debts. Your wants bucket covers everything discretionary: dining out, streaming services, hobbies, clothing beyond basics, gym memberships, entertainment. Your savings bucket covers anything above your minimum debt payments, plus contributions to emergency fund, retirement, or other financial goals. Step 4. Compare your actuals to the targets. Pull your last 2 months of bank and credit card statements. Add up what you actually spent in each category and see how it maps to your 3 buckets. Most people discover that their needs are eating 60 or 65% of income, which points immediately to what needs to change. You don't have to hit the targets perfectly. The framework is a compass, not a law. If your needs are at 55%, work on bringing them toward 50% over time. If your savings are at 10%, work toward 20%. Small, sustained adjustments in the right direction are what move the needle. If this is giving you a clearer picture of how to get your budget working, drop a like on the video. It really helps this channel reach more people who need this kind of guidance. Now let's talk about the one habit that keeps both of these systems on track. The third system is what prevents the slow drift that kills most budgets over time. Once a week, same day, same time, you spend 10 minutes checking in on your money. That's it. Here's the exact routine. Open your bank's mobile app and pull up your checking account. Look at your current balance and compare it to where you'd expect it to be at this point in the month. Scan the transactions from the past week. Not to log them anywhere, just to make sure nothing unusual came out that you weren't aware of. Then look 2 weeks ahead. What bills are coming due? What irregular expenses are on the horizon? Anything you need to plan for. The whole check-in takes 10 minutes or less. You are not reconciling a spreadsheet. You are not categorizing purchases. You are just staying aware, which it turns out is enough to change your behavior without any additional effort. A few practical tips for making this habit stick. Pick a consistent day and time. Sunday evening works well for many people because it sets a forward-looking tone before the week starts. Keep it on your phone, not a laptop. The lower friction of a mobile app means you'll actually do it. And if you miss a week, don't restart the clock from zero. Just do it the next time. Consistency over perfection is the standard. This is the piece most budgets skip entirely, and it's often the reason they fall apart. Irregular expenses are costs that don't show up every month but are completely predictable if you think about them in advance. Car registration, homeowners or renters insurance annual premium, holiday gifts, back-to-school spending, annual subscriptions, property taxes if you pay them directly, a medical deductible you tend to hit each year. Here's how to handle them without blowing up your budget every time they arrive. Start by making a list of every irregular expense you can think of for the next 12 months, with a rough dollar amount for each. Add them all up. Divide that total by 12. That monthly number is what you're going to transfer automatically into a dedicated savings account, separate from your emergency fund, each month. Call it your irregular expenses account, your sinking fund, or whatever makes sense to you. When the car registration comes due in October, the money is already sitting there. When November arrives and you need to buy gifts, the account is funded. The expense doesn't hit your checking account like a surprise. It comes out of a pool of money you've been building all year specifically for that purpose. This single adjustment eliminates more budget-breaking moments than almost anything else. It converts irregular surprises into predictable line items, and it keeps your monthly budget stable, even when your actual expenses aren't. Here's your action plan. Today, log into your 401k or HR portal and increase your contribution by at least 1%, or set up an automatic transfer to savings if you haven't already. That's pay yourself first, running in the background from this point forward. This week, pull 2 months of statements and run your 50-30-20 numbers to see where you actually stand. And this Sunday, do a 10-minute check-in on your accounts. Just look. That's the start of the habit. Simple systems consistently applied outperform complicated ones every time. You don't need a perfect budget. You need one that keeps working even when life gets busy. If this channel is giving you practical tools you can actually use, subscribe. There's a lot more coming. I'll see you in the next one.